extremely fascinated as a human about another intelligent life.
I'm afraid young Ned is unusually aggressive, but I can't seem to find a cause for it. Hey, get down from that bookshelf, please. Most of those books haven't been discredited yet. Would you please tell your son to stop?
We can't do it, man. That's discipline. That's like telling Gene Krupa not to go boom, boom, ba, 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 boom, boom, ba, 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 boom, 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 ba, 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 boom, boom.
Lack of discipline. I'm beginning to see the problem.
We don't believe in rules. Like, we gave them up when we started living like freaky beatniks.
You don't believe in rules, yet you want to control Ned's anger.
Yeah, you've got to help us, Doc. We've tried nothing, and we're all out of ideas.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dolor podcast. Your fellow aliens have been on a sweet, amazing journey. We took a voyage through a very interesting universe. I want to say universe because it feels like it's something of entirely of itself. If you have been listening, you've heard that we went through everybody from 93 Studios. Shout outs to 93 Studios. You probably see us there all the time now. But it was a beautiful experience, like to actually experience everything that we did together. Felt like a family, which is one of my fucking favorite things about this whole thing was like, I just feel like it's a family that like, hey, we will feed you, we will drink together, we will tell stories, we will share information, almost like we became part of the tribe. And it was, so that to me is the best thing, the best outtake I took from this, or the best outlook I took from this, was that the experience of being with everybody individually, everybody as a group, and everybody at Roman's house, which is a whole different experience of itself too. I took my son there, which is pretty another good feeling of mine. Maria, shout out to Maria for not only feeding us that day when we recorded Juan, but also being with my son, getting him to do some coloring, which the whole experience has been beautiful. But there's one big thing that I've learned, and you could sum it up into one phrase: just show up. That is something that sometimes it needs to be retold to you, to remind you like of the journey, and those people that need to tell you like, just keep going, keep holding on, keep doing your thing, keep going for that, don't stop dreaming, don't start making art, like just do it, just show up, just show up and be there. And that's gonna be engraved for me for like forever, cause it's like, and once you practice it, cause one thing is hearing good, what seems to you information, and you want to learn from it, and another thing's acting upon it. So we got to experience that through them, with us, and us through them, where we occasionally just show up and be there. And not only was it a cool thing, it was a cool like life lesson. Because sometimes when you create, sometimes when you do art, sometimes when you do something, there comes to the point, especially if financially you're not there, where you kind of like start doubting it, start thinking about it differently. And you just need those times where somebody just pushes you to be like, no, keep going. Just show up. Just show up, create. And to have that reinsured again, because like I said, through life, everybody loses that momentum, that thought process. And it's all right, we're human, it happens. But I love that the studio brought this, like they inherited that actual phrase into their system, I think, or the way they are as people. And that's something that I took from this experience and talking to everybody individually. And like, they have pushed me in so many ways, mentally, artistically, and in so many different ways that they probably don't even know. But yeah, I love the episode we did with all of them individually and all of them together. It was just, the whole thing was a badass experience, voyage. Man, that was beautiful, man.
I love the intros, man. The whole thing has been wild. So I like this idea of after action report. And Shapeless kind of, when he kind of said after any event from music or anything, he kind of either with him by himself or with his group members, music members, art members, squad, kind of hash it out afterwards. And his mindset was, the first was, what could have been done better, you know? And then we could chop it up about the good and everything. But that mindset was like, I took a strong footnote with that one. I like that. So this is kind of where we're using a Shapeless inspired idea of an after action report. Because to me, the whole inception of it from the beginning, how long has it been when we first had this idea?
That was beautifully said.
No, how long has it been since we had the first idea of like, yo, we got to get the studio. We got to get... it was months ago, right?
Yeah.
It was months. So it's like a piece of art.
Right.
It can take... We could have did everything in a week, in the one episode, and that's it. But no, like, yo, it took time getting everyone's schedule, aligning everything, getting everyone comfortable. Everything took time.
Right.
But I think the end product was, yo, all right, beautiful. We didn't rush it. And the end product was, yo, yes, because not only do we have a certain artistic expression that we're trying to do,
Right.
we're trying to show our brothers that are artists in their own rights in a positive manner. We're trying to do it with care and everything. You know,
Right.
You know, some of these people that we grew up with and we fuck with or we just met, you know, these are some pretty dope people. So if we can shed some light and everything. So the whole inception of it has been crazy. To the very end is, it's mind-blowing. So for you, I want to know your kind of perspective coming in from Back of the Yards, from the whole inception of the podcast to the beginning, the whole idea. What were you thinking? What was going to happen? What did you think what we were going to record? And then to the end product. How did you feel?
I felt...
It's a wild ride, right?
Yeah, it is, because sometimes like I approach it like, man, I don't want to... Sometimes you don't want to say the wrong things or do the wrong thing or anything like that. Like, and that's any time you're approaching any new tribe and a new group of friends, you kind of give it with like this mindset of I don't want to fuck this up kind of mindset. And it comes from like, you know, growing up where we grew up too and shit, that we've learned from all these different artists too. But yeah, so at first it was just like, and then once, just like them with us, probably the same thing. Like it's all the same mind game until you get into the one, we start just actually just being there. Nothing rushed, nothing that, like, no, we're having a nice conversation. You know, and how Busy won't say, we're smoking our bud. We're drinking our drinks.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of, continue. Go ahead.
So yeah, we get together. We start just chilling. What we recorded was already naturally happening before that. So that's why I love that once we were in it, like, it felt like any kind of day you're there chilling with them, you know? It felt very natural, even to, like, us, and then to them too, and I loved it because and that's as a person, that's how you want to go in life, man. Approach people in a situation in a way that is like we're here and literally in peace. We're friendly aliens from another we come in peace. Yeah. Right. And then it also ties back to you talking about coming from the back of the yards too and all that, because it's like there's a lot of people that are like that light over there too. There's a lot of beautiful people out there too in that area. But the thing about specific that came with 93 Studios and it all ties back to like 93 Studios, South by Southeast podcast, like my very beginnings of being over here was through them. And what kept me over here was through them. And then just because of the love I've always been given, especially from the studio, like it is amazing to now that I'm over here and now we're recording episodes with them. But not only that, recording part, just knowing them as a person and just knowing how different artists work, because they're all individually different. They all have their own ways. They all have their own art ways. They all have their own personality, but it just fucking clashes good. It was nothing but good energy. So it's all love. It's all love in that place. And I think that's been rubbing off on me, you know. It's been rubbing as a person, like fucking life is better, and I'm feeling like there's other people like me. I feel like there's other there's another place where I could go and just create and just show up, like they say, like just show up and create and just be involved in all this magic of what, I don't want to bring it down as art, but just this amazing energy, because a lot of people sometimes don't do art. They're just there to be there, to hang around and have nice conversations with people there, you know. Sometimes it's not even the art, you know. Detail, his son was there. We were playing soccer for a bit and then disc golf, and like, man, you just have to be there, man. And it's all love. And if that's what you come in, then that's what you're gonna receive, you know.
Yeah. What you give, no, what is it? What you put in is what you get back, or something like that. What you put in is what you receive. Some shit like that.
What was this?
Oh yeah, salute.
Salud.
Yo, so I want to, one, we kind of spoke about it before. Thank you for being a good dude. For me, again, like vibe checks and showing up and everything, you always showed up for me.
Yeah.
This is the whole podcast. We've clicked and meshed, and we're learning how to work together. We're learning how can we both produce a good quality product? Because you care about your art. In my form, I'm not an artist like you, but whatever I do, like you guys, whatever I put my name into, like you guys,
right?
I care. I whatever I want to be kind of portrayed in a certain way, or not in a certain way. I don't want to be portrayed in a negative way or anything, and it's easy to do that with technology now. Right. So everyone's kind of learning how to vibe, like you said, and work together individually.
Right.
So if you've always been, from the beginning, everyone talking, yo, Fred's that dude. Fred's that dude.
Yeah.
And look, you fucking got a place over here now.
Yeah.
You're part. You got your own. You got blessed in. You're
right.
So it's pretty cool, man. You showed up for me. So a question for you. You said it from the beginning. What does just show up mean? What does that mean, man? We just show up.
Man, just
Salud again.
Salud. Thank you. Yeah, man, that could be interpreted in so many different ways just with that phrase.
For you and your alien perspective, you're from the Zeta Reticuli
right.
Nebula. What does the human English words mean? Just show up. What is your interpretation?
Man, just show love in any kind of way. Just show love. And that could be like, to me, just showing up again is being there in those moments. Because, you know, when you're your own personal life, you go through shit where you know how important it is when people show up, how important it is for somebody to say hi to you, somebody to text you, somebody to call you, somebody to disc golf with you. Like, that means a lot.
Yeah.
So
that could mean the world to somebody.
So you know when somebody else is doing that and they're trying to bring that to their lives.
Get this right up in here.
So you know like what showing up means. So you know when the other person, you know when you need to show up for that person. We all internally have that in in our hearts, in our minds, if we really fuck with those people, you know. Just show up. Changes so much. And those are the key moments, especially coming from an artist, that means so much. It always reflects back to like the Office episode. I don't know if you ever seen The Office.
Yes,
when
I
she
know
drew
exactly.
something.
Yes,
and
that's
he
one of
came
my
in.
favorite
One of my favorite
episodes.
One of my favorite parts of anything, like visually and emotionally, they capture something beautiful.
That was right. That gets you right in the feels.
Right in the feels, because
Right in the
everybody
feels,
knows
instantly.
what
Yeah.
that just show up will do, you know.
That's a good explanation. And
Yeah.
a good way to use like a show or something to
right,
explain
a visual, a
Yes.
feeling.
You're a
They-
good visual dude. See?
Yeah.
I like that.
So they perfectly
perfect.
capture that, and that's exactly what it feels like to anybody that's doing something. So when you're about supporting artists, when you're about supporting the movements or anything, the solution to it is just show up. And sometimes you don't have to be there in person. You could just message somebody like, "Yo, I see what you're doing. I'm gonna let some people know what you're doing. I love what you're doing. Good luck, man. I can't make it because of this or that. Believe me, it's all good." But for a person to just show up and even say something like that, it just means so much.
Absolutely.
So that phrase goes so beautifully with just everything that we're doing, life in general, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why just show up was, yeah, that's what it meant to me.
Yeah. To me, it's kind of the same thing. Just show up. Like, yo, there's many ways to support, but if you want something, you're gonna continuously kind of go back to it.
Yeah.
If someone's really interested in becoming a guitarist, if someone's interested in really becoming more healthier, what do you have to do? You just have to kind of continuously show up, right?
Right.
There's something in there again. What's the book again, Stephen Pressfield? Word of Art. There's something in there that, again, showing up, just continuously doing whatever.
Right.
If you're going to be a better chess player, just continue. A good thing in fitness, if you're going to continue, just show up, do something. Again, for the 93 studios are kind of, if we're going to do this, we're going to make sure the conditions are right.
Right.
But right now, just continuously show up, man. We'll see what's up.
Right. It will
And
naturally happen.
And it did.
It
And then
naturally happens.
just show up was, just every one of those artists kind of had their own little art show, almost. Pretty much, they all had during our process of
Right.
recording. Shapeless had Cosmo, Cortez, and Maggie. I think Maggie's like 99% done with their artwork.
Oh yeah.
Cortez created some of those the Lotus one, the big, huge
Shit was
art.
beautiful.
And the whole concept of the Lotus. Sorry, Cortez, if I gave your idea away or how you got it. He drew it. He learned how to draw a lotus that same day. He drew it from a small scale, I think, on the desk. He said, "Man, I could blow it up." And then his first try on a huge scale,
Man.
boom, he nailed it. And that was the one on 18th Street. And to me, it's like, yo, amazing. And he was complaining about, this side is not 100% symmetrical. But again, that's his eye.
Right.
That's his, like,
That's the artist.
Yes, that's the artist in him.
Yourself. You can
That's
always
what makes
improve.
him better. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Dang, I gotta fix that thing. So that's pretty cool to just, that's nuts. Showing up is what is it? Continuous support, right?
Right.
Support. And then I try to ask every artist, because every artist is an individual and their definition of support can be different, So how, as best as possible, me learning as well, how can we, not only me and you, but anybody else listening, how can we support you?
Right.
It might be a post, it might be buy, and the majority of all the artists just show up, man. Just show up and just see what happens. And usually people are more inquisitive or they start engaging in the art. I love how Shapeless he just puts utensils out there and paper and just start doodling, start creating. And everyone that I've seen, they usually do.
Yeah.
And you get lost in it. And that's a form of a therapy.
Right.
So in my eyes, these guys they're therapists. They're hood therapists. But I don't want to say hood therapists because it kind of it gives that negative connotation and gives that negative view. No, they're urban. They're urban.
Renaissance.
They're urban healers. Is that a better word?
Healers.
Urban healers, urban teachers. It's the ancient knowledge of learning and discipline that they've learned from wherever it came from, whatever source, whatever galaxy. Like, I learned how to do this. I learned how to chisel, just getting lost in it for so many hours. And then everyone, they have that same ideology of not only do I get lost in it, but if you want to get lost in it, I can help you out. It's a teaching, learning.
Right.
It's that student teacher. Everyone said student teacher, learning, teaching, everyone. Yeah. And it's a common thread that's like, oh, that's interesting. And for me, as an alien, I'm going to write that down because there's that common thread that every single one of these people individually, and they all share that, teacher, student, learning, study. I'm not above anybody. No, I could learn from anybody.
Right.
You can learn from the old. You can learn from the young. You can learn from a rock. You can learn from a taco. You can learn from anything.
Right.
You can learn from tragedy. You can learn from pain. You can learn from anything. Anything. You can take that and create it. And to me, that's another form of alchemists. Alchemy. You can take a kakapupu and you can turn it into gold. Gold. Again, another one. I wrote it down. We kind of spoke on it before. The culture and ideology and like the bushido.
Yeah.
The bushido. I'm gonna pull up my phone real quick. Hold on.
The bushido.
I have it written down here. The art of learning. Juan said it. The art of running. But okay. Another thing that I learned as an alien that I saw, another shared thing is they all have a level of discipline or work ethic.
Discipline.
That no one tells them. Roman gets lost in the work shape. All of them, all the artists, every single Maggie, they all get lost in their whatever their field is,
Right.
And it's a desire to get better or learn more constantly. Like, there's so much more to learn.
Right.
And they have like a hunger, thirst for it. And it's something it's something along these concepts where it's a concept it's learning, but not only to learn, but to constantly have a desire to reach a level of mastery.
Right.
But in a weird way, all of them share that Ronin concept of they know where it's almost impossible to master something because there's always something more to learn or do or anything.
Right.
Like Roman, everyone says he's up in age, but he creates more than everybody because but we consider him like on a master level, but probably him in his eyes, like, no, there's so much more I can learn. There's so many rings and rungs and to be around that's wild to see that.
Shout out to Rowan for listening.
And Cosmo, yeah. And now we're getting everybody, all the artists, So it's pretty cool just to have that, or people are responding to this and everything.
Yeah.
And to go back to everything, they all share that level of. Why I say Ronin is no one tells them to create or do anything. It comes from within or wherever it comes from, but they have that individual ninja, or I'm going to just get lost in this painting or drawing or chisel or wood or skateboard or music or whatever medium. They just get lost in it, and I want to learn it from this angle, and I'm going to practice this like a Jedi. I want to get all my Jedi abilities, and how do you do it? You have to explore it and get better, and to see that from 7 different people, like, oh, wait a minute. This is like a temple. We're about to have, again, Shapeless, we're going to have a conversation. We're about to have our own fight club, but we're not going to fight. We're going to create,
Yeah.
We'll have Project Mayhem, but it's not gonna be Project Mayhem. It's gonna be Project Happy or Project
Project Happy.
Project Health and Healing, Project whatever.
Right.
Fill in the blank. You know,
Project Healing.
Project Renaissance. How do we beautify the area? Everyone has this. Again, another thing that underlying is everyone has the same similar goal of, you know, beautifying not only the spot that they're in, but around them, and the same mentality. And okay, I'm gonna go back to the bushido.
Bushido.
Yeah, if you want to chime in, go ahead while I look this up real quick. Bushido. Hey man, go lay down on the bed. Go lay down on the bed. Go.
No, yeah, but I was gonna say, this also ties in with the just show up method. Is like that show up method could be either inner, which means that's the kind of message you need inside your head for yourself. Just show up. Yo, you want to do this? Just show up. It's like Juan was saying, dude. It's like, and it goes back that just show up kind of ties in with what's it called? Damn, I forgot, man.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what I was saying.
Instantly. I saw that brain, that idea slip. I saw it on your face.
It just went. Whoop.
I saw it too.
Where'd you go?
Mm-hmm. It went back to the zeta reticuli. It'll come back at 2 a.m.
Discipline. That's the word I was looking for. Discipline.
There you go. You need to read this. Read this. Go ahead.
It ties into discipline, and because, like I said, that just show up. It could also be outer for other people, but it could be a lot. It's the same way in inner. And I think that's something that I've learned. We've learned from individually being around them too, like to remind yourself about discipline and what does, I guess, going back to just show up, what it does. And if, like Juan was saying, like, we're gonna go kill the marathon, that's the just show up method. He wanted to win a marathon. He showed up every day to practice for himself. Yeah. He showed up mentally by not drinking, by not doing this, going to sleep on time.
And then I asked him too to chime in real quick. Sorry to butt in, but I before it slips my mind, I asked him, "Well, how do you get better? How did you get better like run a marathon?" And he said calisthenics. He said like the push-ups and everything, and that's one way where he built his endurance up. He got better. It wasn't just I have to run more I have to in order for me to get better at running. It wasn't I just have to run more. No, I have to step outside of that and do different things, calisthenics and push-ups and jumping jacks and lunges and getting the heart rate up. That, he said that helped him too. So that was like, again, he studied like a ninja. He went to and in order for me to do this, I have to respect it.
Right, respect it.
He went to like Goku. He went to different ninja masters, people that ran marathons, and he learned little tips. It maybe not on purpose, or maybe on purpose, or just being around them. Just being around in a car full of other marathon runners and just practice. Yes, around his clan, just being around him. Maybe just he picked up shit that they said or learned, or he visually saw like, oh, he's running this way instead of this. I'm gonna try this way. Or maybe they actually gave him physical tips.
Right.
But he's learning from the top tier, you know. Like,
he's showing up.
He's showing up
to these places.
He's showing up, and these guys are like, yo, he's part of the tribe. He's a runner too. He's here. He's here. He's in the trenches with us. Right. He's running 40 miles with us. He might be right alongside me on mile 44.
Right.
Yo, it's crazy. Wild. Showing up. Mike Tyson said it beautifully. And I could never put words in it until he words the words in the way he worded them. And then when those words entered my brain, I said, oh wow, he worded that beautifully. Mm-hmm. And I might jack it up, but I don't want to put those words out there, even though I did. Discipline is doing something that you hate to do, but doing it like you love it.
Damn.
So imagine you take that into fitness. So if someone, me, you, anybody, like, yo, for whatever reason, I'm fucking fed up, I need to get in shape. What do you have to do? Well, you're going to have to wake up at 5 a.m. You're going to have to go walk, run, stretch, work out.
Right.
And you're going to have to do that for quite some time. No one tells you unless you hire someone, but then technically then you're getting, well, that's another podcast. But again, it's discipline is getting up and doing it. Regardless if you want to or not. It's doing it. And that concept I love because, all right, you take that away from fitness, and that's now you're in the realm of Roman. Because Roman, regardless of how he feels, I'm going to create 25 pieces of art today. That is a level of discipline that, again, that sometimes the word discipline could get, it depends on people's definition of it. Again, stigma, sometimes discipline means negative. But to me, that's why I try to use slashes like, discipline / work ethic or desire or whatever, pull, I don't know, fill in the blank.
Right.
But discipline is consistently showing up, pretty much. Consistently for whatever.
Showing up.
Just showing up.
Right. And just like anything in life, showing up is kind of half the battle.
No, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, like
Discipline. So what is, in your definition, again, as a Voyager from Zeta Reticuli, what is your definition of discipline, my friend?
discipline is I think it's something beautiful in life you need. Because without it, I don't think anybody will be anywhere. Because discipline could be put in so many different ways. Like a person that works all day on a factory to come back home, eat, and go to sleep. That's discipline. Because it's a tough life.
Yeah.
So you're putting yourself through that discipline of showing up to work every morning, even though you hate it, because it's helping you put food on the table. So that's in some kind of way, some kind of form of discipline, because it's hard. It's hard to live that life. But in the same kind of perspective, discipline could be somebody constantly showing up to the gym because they have a goal. And like you said, just show up and just show up.
Yeah.
And it ties down to that because you need the discipline to make anything work. That's why people have, religions. That's why people have a bunch of different things, because it's a discipline.
Twilight Zone, you buddy. you said religion.
But those kind of mentalities are all just very, because it takes discipline to be religious. It takes discipline to be, because that same method of discipline for religion, you could put it into the gym. That could be your religion.
Yo, we used to work out on Sundays, and I used to call them church sessions.
See?
And it was the same concept.
Right.
I'm working out. I don't want to train anybody. I don't want to work. I'm off. This is my therapy session. If you want to come join with me and train with me, you can. So it was an open door, like Shapeless. I'm gonna make art, and if you want, I'm gonna have shit here, and you can. It's an open concept.
Right.
You can come create, and you can come.
Damn, that's badass.
You can come feed off of those vibes and energy,
Right.
and those vibes and energy is very positively charged and positively influential.
Like a religious experience.
Yes, just how we're used to the negative and how negative affects in it deeply, and we're so quick negative. No. The positive is just as positive. It just doesn't get that much light just because the dark side is Vader. Everybody knows Vader. Everybody knows Darth Vader. Everybody knows the villains. Everybody, you know,
the darkness, the bad parts.
It's
Yeah.
easy to go dark, but it's hard to stick with the discipline and good. So I'm gonna chime in with the religion, bushido. The reason I really fuck with everybody, the bushido, they have a certain unsung, or they write it down and everything. But what are the 7 virtues of bushido? I asked AI Alexa, to pop it up for me, and she did. So the 7 virtues of bushido are integrity, respect, heroic courage, honor, compassion, honesty and sincerity, duty and loyalty. Obviously, you can interchange all the words.
Yeah.
But all the words that I said, all the artists, Roman's a perfect example of all these. He's a living example, not trying to be something else. He's naturally. That's why I call him like a Ronin. He's naturally. He has he has integrity, respect, heroic courage, honor, compassion, honesty and sincerity, duty and loyalty. That's Roman to a T,
Right.
And now the studio that he has, the temple that he has, he's creating these new Jedi, or not even creating, just by universal just law he's attracting or whatever. It's the new button. The new button. The new button. Yes. I like that.
But that's a perfect way to. That's why.
Hey, no, get over there, man.
He heard
Get
the
over
Star
there.
Wars.
Yes,
He's
he
like,
heard
yo,
that.
this is
He's
my,
like, yo,
this is my
cue.
this,
This is my cue. Go lay down on the bed. Go lay down on the bed, son. Go.
Oh shit.
Go, my child.
He's like, I love Star Wars too.
Yeah. He watched all of them with me. You can probably quote all of them. So that's why Roman and all the artists, Shapeless, I all consider them Ronin ninjas. They're all individual artists. We have them in the background. They're all Wu-Tang members. They're all individuals by themselves.
Yeah.
Not shaped by anything, just themselves, but come together and they form Voltron. They form the Wu-Tang. Now that Wu-Tang album with all these 6 to 7 individual creative artists on the same vibe, following the same religion, not by on purpose, but by default, by their natural code that they follow.
Yo.
They're coming together and like, oh, this mixtape is coming out. This mixtape is coming out. But I want to see the whole album. I want to see the Wu album. And that's where kind of Steve ties in, because we're kind of seeing the negative effect of it.
Yeah.
Because we saw, it makes a lot of sense, the negative of the steel mills and everything. And it's taken years to everything slowly rebuild and spring slowly, flower. But now, no. We have all these Wu-Tang members.
Yeah.
They're all in the studio. Damn. They're all practicing. And not only, the reason why I consider them Ronins and ninjas, because no one tells them, but they themselves kind of want to get better. So they're learning and like constantly evolving, not staying still, constantly, not only in one craft, but multiple crafts. Whatever sparks their sparks.
Right.
Whatever tickles their fancies, whatever's interest, they're going to go and they're going to learn. And like Juan, they're going to respect it. They're going to respect that craft. And how do I do the craft justice? And then how do I learn and get better? But them, discipline. Yes, they have the keys already. Right. They have the framework. How do you get better at anything?
Right.
Just show up.
Just show up.
Discipline. Show up. Work ethic. Just continue. Take your mind out of it. And with fitness, sometimes, I got to worry about this and that. Oh, I got calories and no. Just continue to just show up. Right. Get used to your body first. Move. Learn. Listen. This is your vehicle that the God's given us for a little while to the human experience. You know what I mean? So listen. Take your time instead of it's so much. So very the whole Ronin ninja aspect and the Bushido aspect, the whole
Wu-Tang aspect,
the Wu-Tang aspect, the art of here I got another piggyback. So it's not only they're teacher students, right? Not only do they want to learn and get better, but they'll share it openly.
Right.
And the more they share, the more they learn. So they like sharing, they like learning. So it's a learning, teaching thing. So the art of learning, inspiring improvement through creativity and confidence.
That ties in perfect with what I wanted to say too. Because
Wait. Hold that thought. Oh, sorry. So the art of learning, I'll say it one more time. Inspiring improvement through creativity and confidence. Now, the art of teaching, the process of attending to people's needs, experiences, and feelings, and intervening so that they learn particular things and go beyond the given. So it's two like science and arts blended into kind of one. The art of learning and the art of teaching. Yes. And they all kind of stumbled across it. They all kind of naturally had that bushido code, that yin and yang, that whether it all stemmed from Roman or whatever, but it's there.
Right.
And that's where I love. That's where I kind of like. That's the Renaissance, because you take that's raw energy, that's antimatter. You can do anything with that energy. You can create beautiful. You can. Again, I ask people, if you had a magic wand, how do you fix any area?
Yeah.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. You untapped. You found an unlimited energy source throughout the galaxy.
Right.
And we humans found it, and that's something amazing to me. Sorry to interject. Go ahead.
No, what was I gonna say? Damn, bro.
It was I'll read it where I left off, and you'll probably get to you. What I said: the art of learning, inspiring improvement through creativity and confidence.
Oh yeah.
Good, that one. That reminds me of popcorn too. Inspiring me improvement through creativity and confidence.
Fuck yeah.
Because you're learning how to move your body.
Right,
You're learning,
right.
You're improving through a physical, but it's you have to be creative and confident to just not only learn it, but then display it in front of 100 people in a circle, and they're gonna judge you. They don't judge you like, oh, you suck, but if you do a move, they'll let you know, like, oh,
Right.
you'll get. That's a good learning environment,
yeah.
you know. So it takes confidence and creativity.
That was, and that's another thing. The confidence and creativity is something that I also got from all this experience was that, like as an artist, sometimes you're everywhere. Your mind's everywhere. Your mind's always thinking of creating. Your mind's always thinking of doing this, and that. And to somebody else, it might seem like, yo, you're not, you're right. Like, or you're doing too much, or this or that, or stop doing that, or stop concentrate on one thing. And something I admired and made me think about it differently is that they're always working on something new, even though if something else is not finished. Because they're like, yeah, okay, well, I'll come back to this. Let me go finish this idea here. Let me start this idea here. And they all have that going on. Yeah. And it was so reassuring to me because sometimes having that kind of mindset, like Miguel said too, like always, like right now I'm thinking of doing 3 different things. Yeah. And it's just like having the experience of meeting other people that are like that, or that are openly saying like how that is going on in their head. And feeling similar to that, but not only that, not only do they feel that, it's not putting a negative perspective to them. They're like, nope, keep creating, keep it's there for a reason. Yeah. Like keep creating, go through different things, go through all your like thoughts, your whatever you got on there, just go for it. Yeah, and that's something that again it goes back to what you were saying.
The art of learning, inspiring improvement through creativity and confidence.
Confidence.
That's there you go. There you go. All right. You want me to read the other one or no? That was it.
That was it.
Okay, go. Continue.
So that's it ties back to the confidence part. Like it gave me confidence.
Cosmo has confidence, right?
Oh yeah, but it gave me so much confidence seeing all of them just work like that, and seeing and then hearing how their brain works or not, and how they distribute all this energy they have into arts and different styles and learning and like all that. It ties back. So that's something that I'm grateful from learning from them, you know.
All of them kind of have that open process of learning, creating, leaving
Right.
it. It's okay not to finish something.
Mm-hmm.
Leave it open. No stress. Take the stress out of it.
Right.
I'll piggyback before I read this with detail. We have the chess pieces right here.
Oh yeah, he painted them.
So again, he's an artist, and he was working, and I don't want to bother him. Be like, yo, because I hate when people come to me when I'm off or anything.
Right.
Yo, teach me how to do this and this. And like, yo, I'm off. I'm trying to enjoy my food or anything.
Yeah.
So while he was working, I as best as possible, he saw me, and I'm like, yo, if you have time, I don't really know what I'm doing. Can you give me some tips or everything if you're not busy and anything?
Right.
Oh, yeah, I got you. So he was doing some things, and he finally came out. He's like, how I would do it is you line up like this and very lightly, and that's it. And then you wait 15 minutes, let it dry, and then you rotate it, and that's it. You rotate it. He's like, normally people usually think you get everything in one shot
Right.
or two shots. He's like, nah, take your time, do it, multiple. He's like, that way everything's kind of even. There's no clumps or anything. And I said, the way you described it, how not to do it,
Yeah.
was the way I was gonna do it.
Oh,
So again,
yeah.
he's learned. He's well skilled in his Ronin ninja ways of spray paint sciences of pressure and this and that and how far you hold it and you have to warm up the can. Different tips do different things. So he's like, for that, it's easy, nice.
Results of discipline.
Of years and years of years of years and years of learning and everything of him
Right.
practicing, him being taught from other Goku masters,
Right.
him learning different type of skills and
Learning,
techniques.
teaching.
Yes, exactly. Learning and teaching. Oh yeah,
Full
want me to-
circle. Kurumatara.
The surprising way that means no worries. Okay. What is I don't know if we said it on podcast or no because of marijuana, but did we talk about posada? No? ¿Qué es posada? Did I say that correctly?
Yeah. Man, you know what? Let me look it up first to see what it is and what I think it is.
I got you. From my rough definition, while you look it up.
A hotel or inn.
What?
Also, in Mexico, a ritual re-enhancement of Mary and Joseph's search for a lodging in Bethlehem, performed just before Christmas. The famous Oaxacan pre-Christmas posadas and processions. Damn. So to me, it kind of means like posadas is like a tribe party or something like that, like
A what?
a tribe party.
Tribe party?
Yeah, like
The
an
Matrix.
acceptance,
When
like
they were dancing in the cave.
yeah, everybody's dancing around the little flame and everything, and you feel like family and shit like that, Posada's a gathering, feasting, and all that shit. So that's what I think it means. That's what it means to me. So what the definition word of it, I don't know, but that's what it means to me, posada. So sometimes that's why you feel like family when somebody has one. You feel accepted. You feel you're one of us and shit. Which ties back to like Juan Rivera. He was saying about being in different places and feel like posadas, and he felt like accepted. He felt like you're one of us. This is our food. This is that. This is our surroundings. Like, yeah, that's what it means to me.
Yeah, also, like, I mean, it's hard to put it in one or two words, but, like, culture or, like, one's customs, right? I like that. Again, example, how we've been kind of doing podcasts we set up, and we have either our fruits, we partake, we have a drink or two, we get everyone kind of comfortable. But in a way, that's our own version of that, right? We're setting the mood, setting our intentions. We're building like a little like ritual, or I don't know what you call it.
Yeah.
But again, we're learning the science of everything kind of is interconnected. With the fresh fruits, ones obviously it's healthy, But two, when you mix that with the angelic lettuce, they have a combo effect.
It's almost like growing up in the Renaissance.
With
Everybody's drinking their wines, but now we know that during those times, those wines were fucking laced with psychedelics.
With the barley and wheat. Yep.
Imagine everybody chilling and there's people with their plates with fruits and shit like that. Like, man.
What do you partake with? Do you partake with this, that, this?
Right.
Yeah, it's the early Renaissance.
Mm-hmm.
You have a Mozart chilling over there. Fresh fruit. I got Michael Jordan.
For real, right?
Yeah, you got a Beethoven. You got all different Salvador Dali, whatever.
Right. Just art everywhere.
No, I mean not just art, but just creatives. Mm-hmm. Not just creatives. Again, all right, I'm gonna go super. Before I do.
We just entered the UFO again.
I'm about to take you on a journey, both of us, all of us. So we talked about the art of learning, the art of teaching. But what's under that, right? Discipline. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But what's under that?
Damn.
As an alien from whatever universe you're from.
Yeah.
And me as an alien from whatever galaxy and universe I'm from. There's something deeper than that Mike Tyson has, that Roman has, that Kobe Bryant had, Michael Jordan has, UFC fighter Juan has, Cortez has, Shapeless, all of them. It's a desire to not only learn, grow, teach, but it's a what is it? A calling, a desire, or something. And they utilize discipline to get better, but it's something that's. What is it? What's beyond? What's underneath the art of learning, the art of everything? What's under learning? What do I want to learn? Why do you want to learn? Why? Well, how do you get better discipline? Well, what's underneath that? What's under? Is it a human thing of like, yo, I just want to see, I want to test the limits of everything? What do you think that is?
The human soul is made to be adventurous. So a lot of times during what we're living through right now, our lives are very restricted. They're very rules and this and that, and this is the way you should be living and this and that. That you wanting to learn outside of that thought, out of that experience, out of that world that they're telling you the world is. I think that's where it jumps to you trying to get into a different mindset, a different kind of thinking, a different world. So once that thought gets into your brain, I think that's when the discipline comes in, because now it's your turn to learn for yourself. Because you're being adventurous. You don't know nothing about what you're getting into right now. So now you got to have the discipline to learn about it. Now you got to have the discipline to be it, to show up every fucking day. But that's because you're probably tired of what kind of life you're living at this moment. That's why when people, unfortunately, start caring about their health, a lot of times is when it goes to shit.
Oh, I'm glad you said that.
And it's forced to you fucking do something about it. Now you gotta be fucking disciplined. But then again, it goes back because you're almost gonna die and shit.
Yeah.
So you're forced to live your life differently than what you've been doing. But yeah, and once you have a different mindset of living, that's when discipline comes in. Just like when Juan saw the book and he's like, yo, I could do this.
Yeah.
That's when discipline came in. You know?
I'm going to pull up Miyamoto Musashi, also known as I can't even pronounce that. I'm not even going to try. Was a Japanese swordsman, philosopher, strategist, writer, and Ronin, who became renowned through stories of his unique double-bladed swordsmanship and undefeated record in his 61 duels. Musashi, as he was often simply known, is considered a Kensai, a sword saint of Japan. So my rough description of him, from what I learned, I think he had a book, the Book of the Five Rings, something like that. And I'll pull it up after this. The Book of the Five Rings. The book is about people learning to perceive what cannot be seen or understood, such as spirituality and the things that are based on more instinct than knowing. So that I know it's a lot in a word, but to me, one of the things is he, in his deep desire to be the best swordsman, he had to learn. Oh, I have to learn this technique and that technique, and not only do I have to learn the long sword, but I have to learn the short sword and this. So it was, again, like Juan, it was a respect. If I'm going to be the best, I have to learn this technique. And and in that culture, you learn how this style, like Bruce Lee, Wing Chun, and this and that. But he's like, no, I'm going to have to learn a little bit of everything. And if I'm going to learn, I have to do it correctly. And I have to learn correctly, and I have to practice. So he practiced this, that, but not. He took that skeleton and he applied that to writing and journaling and poetry. And if you look him up, there's quotes and everything. It's beautiful. You can get lost in it, but the Book of the Five Rings is pretty much about his Ronin escapades of him defeating, but his mindsets, and he's going through it. And again, he doesn't want to be, I want to be the baddest in the land, to be the baddest in the land. To me, my perception was, no, I just want to be the best I can be. And now, in order for me to know if I'm the best, I have to go challenge the best.
Right.
And then, I'm going to, in that culture, it's a sign of respect.
Right.
I'm going to take my skills that I spent years honing, and I'm going to test my skills against your skills. So to me, it's a deep desire to learn and master a craft. And he was one of the first dudes I kind of came across that he took that via swordsman, and he learned, I think that's the quote of being a warrior in the garden. I think I might be fucking that up, but the warrior in the garden concept, you can be in the garden, but at any given time, there's war can happen. So if you want to learn how to survive, anyone in any ghetto, you have to learn survival techniques. In any pond where there's gators, and you have to learn survival techniques. So you can take that. You have universal keys. I have that written down there. Universal keys. Yes, of plug and play.
Ooh.
You can. In the art of mastery or whatever, if you have that deep desire or anything, anybody, you can do whatever craft you can get lost in, but if you apply that to anything and you just show up, and you don't have to have a desire to get better, to be the best or anything or whatever, if you just consistently show up with anything, that's essentially how you get better. That's how you get in shape. That's how you get better at whatever medium or anything, which is crazy. And again, I don't know if they're stumbling upon ancient knowledge or we're relearning it or anything, but me growing up, seeing what I saw and seeing this, and as an alien from the Mars Volta galaxy, it's mind blowing. It's crazy to see people have that desire or flame or whatever it is that deep inside that soul that I just want to get lost in this. I'm gonna use this in their outlets, right? This is one of the reasons why we created this podcast, because everyone uses outlets differently. But if we all combine them, or what I'm learning is they're all universal.
Right.
They're all ways you can express where you can take a negative and turn it into a positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can take a pupu caca experience and
A therapeutic experience in different ways.
Yes,
and shit,
in many different ways.
Right.
So again, I'm glad we did this after action report because from a simple idea of we should interview all these guys.
Right.
Look what's happening. To me, we have universal keys to your version of success. Whether it's fitness, you want to get in shape, you want to be a bodybuilder, you want to deadlift, or you just want to look good on the beach. You just want to feel confident. You just, whatever. You want to be healthy. You want to be healthy for your kids. You want to play football with soccer. You want whatever. If you have universal keys to whatever your voyage wants to be.
Right.
And to me, that's valuable. To me, that is life-changing to a young kid growing up in the hood, any type of hood, fill in the blank.
Right.
You give them unlimited potential to kind of follow their own vibe and follow their own, like, I can do something I enjoy and have a passion, and I can live and thrive, not just survive. I can make money and feed my family and everything. To see that is a true renaissance, man. It's beautiful, and I'm glad we sat down and all this kind of came together in a weird universal way, man. And I'm about to fill this bong again because that shit's fucking yep.
Yeah, so definitely I'm glad that we did this too, because now, like I said before, now it's going to be hard getting me out. Because I just want to be surrounded by that, you know. So it became something that a universal thing that happened right there, man. I don't want to fucking leave now, because I feel like I could create, or I could just be there to learn, or I could just be there to be there, or just there's a beautiful feeling of what the place was. So it's amazing.
You know what I noticed in every episode? I think in every almost every artist studio, there's at least some helicopters or sirens going off in every single episode.
Oh shit, yeah.
And in my head, I laughed one day. I was like, man, we recorded in our local neighborhood where shit's and multiple times.
Yeah.
Which is wild. Any last words? Yeah.
Yeah, it was beautiful voyage. So like I said, we're back from, this is kind of our memo, our log of the experience of our last voyage through 93 Studios.
Our flight log, right?
Our flight log, yup.
In our voyage, these two intergalactic, interdimensional beings made contact with a tribe located in the far southeast side of South Chicago. This tribe of indigenous individuals consists of unique, shapeless, amorphous, multi-talented, faceted, indigenous entities that have amazing force capabilities. And we made contact. We broke bread. We were invited to the barbecue. The word that we learned, posada. We learned cultures and customs. What art means to not only them, as individuals, but what it means as a whole. What does art mean to them as a religion, a science, a discipline? What does art mean to the community? And we want to share everything we learned with anyone willing, open, because we believe we found some amazing, talented individuals with amazing stories of every human emotion you can find across the board, and they're sharing their stories with almost every human medium you can find. And it was an honor and privilege to be a part of their temple. It's a sacred place, and anybody going in there, it's a welcoming place, but it's a temple. Treat it as such with respect and love, and it'll give you that right back. We stumbled across something beautiful, and I hope to share that with everybody else, and you can use that for anything. It's a universal key for therapy, for art, for creation, for happiness, for financial, for anything you have. Fred, without further ado, I leave it to you.
Thank you. Again, Roman, thank you for listening. Cosmo.
Honestly,
yeah.
Thank you for the support, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, from the bottom of my purple heart.
Yeah.
Thank you for the support, because it means a lot to not only me, but you and us,
right,
as humans and aliens. Because you understand.
They saw what we're here for. The experience that there's nothing but love when we do this too. Where it's like they said, just show up. To be honest, just show up, and they saw us show up. So it's beautiful. It was beautiful that we got to experience this with them, and I can't wait to experience more, to be honest, because this ain't gonna be the last thing. To be honest, we have a lot of more shit that's out there. But it's gotta be put out in a special form. But yeah, this is not it. Yeah, we still gotta learn some more.
That right there, like that could be its own HBO special, like movie. That'd be one dope movie, and that's it. You can leave that as its own, because
right.
We, from the beginning and end, to me, we figured out that universal. There's something in there. There's something in there that can, whatever, it can do something to the human body, mind, and soul.
Yeah.
That whether it's discipline or the desire of learning or whatever that is, and it's connected to almost everything. Yeah. That does something, and it's that alone is so powerful. It can be its own standalone movie or whatever. But like you said, that's not it. There's so much more. Right. We're learning so much more. But by itself, that's its own beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece of art that came from the cosmos.
Salud.
Salute. Salute, sir. Thank you. Mission accomplished.